Hi.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the
Hi.
Poetry with Fertile Brains. Welcome.
Uh,
I would request you all to mute your mics. And yes, you could hear the sounds of honks, drum beats of festivities, and so as, shelling of bombs. But we cannot help it. What we can do is sit and express our,
Prasanna
emotion.
sir. Prasanna sir.
नमस्कार
Yes, ma'am.
प्रसन्ना जी नमस्कार
Prasanna sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Prasanna sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, actually, can I have my chance sooner? Because there may be some technical glitches from my side. So if
Sure.
I have early, I can finish it off.
Sure. Yeah. Please, let us begin. I mean, it's like, yeah, that's how you're breaking the thread. You got 3 minutes to present your poem. You could it either could be regional language, or you could just present 2 poems one in English and one in regional language, or both into 2 if you're a native speaker of English. So that is it. And 3 minutes is the time limit. Yes, I would request now. I mean, it's like, let us go. Our first timer who is joining us for the first time. She's very active on the literary platform. She writes, say response to the prompts that we, there has. But this first time is joining us the virtual platform. This thing. So please welcome Debra Masky from Dubai.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Please unmute your mic. Ma'am, there is the mic, this icon. You could just click on it. It could be unmuted, and it's like automatically. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
Hi, this is Debra. I'm from Dubai. I've been here for the last 35 years. I do write a lot of poems. I do write a lot of short stories. I've got a book published in the US, or rather in the UK. And yeah, I know Prasanna from a long time. We have always been there. There was a WhatsApp group that we were there on, and then I don't know, for some reason, I think I just missed the group out. I do many times take part in all the prompts that he posts on Facebook, and I do try to join these meetings which he has on Sundays, but for some reason it never happens because of the time, or there's something that's always obstructing me to join. But today I was lucky. I just logged in early and I had time, so I said, okay, let me join and give Prasanna a surprise. And he was really very surprised to see me. He's like, "What are you doing here so early?" So I'm glad and very happy to meet all of you. I mean, this is for me the first time to meet all of you, and I think I have met Jill before from the other group. So yeah, once again, and it's evening in Dubai, so good evening from me to you all.
चलो
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead with your poem.
Do you want me to read a poem?
Yes, exactly.
Can I do it a little later, if you don't mind?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, we can start
You-
with somebody else, and when I'm ready, I'll just send you a message. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I was just
thank
wondering.
you.
I was just okay. That's
No,
okay.
I just got lost in all this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Feel free. And please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, yes, she's a beautiful writer, and she served as a teacher, and she's a well-known poet. She's hails from Bangalore. Please welcome Heera Nawaz.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. First of all, good evening, everybody. My first poem is about my former teacher. And I told her I'm going to recite this poem. So immediately I sent her the link. And so she's also listening. I hope she really feels happy because last month being September 5th being Teachers' Day, I'm sure she would be very happy to listen to this poem. The teacher from my past, Miss Sheila Mani. My life consists and evolves from my hairy, nostalgic past, of which I recall vividly my school days, which went by so fast. I was in awe of Mrs. Sheila Mani, my English teacher at school, of whom I was painfully shy, but listened to her every grammar rule. Looking back, I thought I would recall my tears and laugh with a sigh. I never thought that I would look back at my laughter and painfully cry. I never realized that I would follow Miss Mani and go with the herd. Looking back, it is here that I honed my interest in the written word. In my past, Miss Mani encouraged me to read the classic library books, sometimes wondering whether one needs reading when one has looks. Yes, I often think of the school bell, the dances, the sports, and every feature. All this until my past merged with my present when I decided to follow in Miss Mani's footsteps and become a teacher. Okay, so that's my first poem. My second poem is actually about a poet, an actor, but he also used to write poetry. And he died a couple of years ago, but his death created quite a shock among his fans and among the acting fraternity. So this poem is about Sushant Singh Rajput. Sushant Singh Rajput, a shooting star. I am questioning God. Why we lost a bright and brilliant avatar? Sushant Singh Rajput qualifies for being a transient shooting star. It is heartbreaking to know that there are million stars in the night sky. But Sushant will be a shooting star, the Superman who couldn't fly. Though he came, saw, and conquered, and then mysteriously vanished, leaving behind millions of fans who are distraught and felt banished. A shooting star lights the sky temporarily and then is gone forever. But will Sushant's memory be eclipsed from our minds? No, never. Like a star, he was good looking, versatile, and churned out hit after hit. His charming smile and gym-toned body made him fighting fit. Shooting stars brighten up the sky temporarily and then fade away. But he, with his inborn talent, managed to keep nepotism arguments at bay. a talented engineer who liked telescopes. Sushant had a big brain. Why, God, did you allow Sushant to die, causing us irreconcilable pain? He acted in Dhoni, The Untold Story. He being a great actor. Tell me, Sushant, what was your untold story? The incomprehensible X Factor. Why did God allow this shooting star to take his life? This actor who broke countless hearts. Every woman wanted to be his wife. As long as Bollywood exists, we must ask, how could he just flash by and go? That in those last desperate moments, couldn't God have somehow quelled the impetuous flow? Yes, for the afternoon of 14th of June, which is also my birthday, I would like to quote this poem. A golden heart stopped beating. Hard-working hands were forever put to rest. God broke our hearts to us. He only takes the best. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We understand your pain. It's incomprehensible, the X factor. We cannot, have the reins of, the fate. Sometimes, not sometimes, not always. It's something you cannot predict. So I could just, feel for the pain, and you feel for the lost soul or something like that. And that the tribute that you paid for the teacher is something amazing. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for coming and thanks for joining. Give a round of applause for Heera Nawaz.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is a retired lieutenant, it's like army man, and who served in the wars and all, is all for the peace and all. Please welcome Gopal Purdhani.
सबको नमस्कार। मैं आज कुछ कतात पढ़ूंगा। कतात 4 लाइन छंद होता है, जिसको रुबाई भी कहते हैं उर्दू में। तो ये हर 4 लाइनर अपने में एक कविता होती है, एक नया ख्याल होता है, जो कि कंप्लीट कविता होती है। तो मैं वो 4 लाइनर शुरू करता हूँ आपके इजाजत से कि जब जुल्म सहना मुश्किल हो तो जालिम को मिटाना बेहतर। जब जुल्म सहना मुश्किल हो जालिम को मिटाना बेहतर। जब हालात बहुत बिगड़ जाएं तब हद से गुजर जाना बेहतर। जहां शराफत से काम ना हो सके, जहां शराफत से काम ना हो सके वहां ताकत दिखाना बेहतर। जो वक्त पर काम आ जाए अपनों से भगाना बेहतर। जो वक्त पर काम आ जाए अपनों से बेगाना बेहतर। एक और 4 लाइनर है, ये भी एक छोटी रुबाई है कि टूटा हुआ दिल समय के साथ संभल जाएगा। समय इतनी ताकतवर चीज है कि हर दुख मिटा देता है, भुला देता है। टूटा हुआ दिल समय के साथ संभल जाएगा। वो क्या है जो इस दुनिया में ना बदल जाएगा। जरा संभल के चल इन तेज हवाओं में, जरा संभल के चल इन तेज हवाओं में, ये तूफान भी जरा देर में टल जाएगा। एक और छोटा कथा पेश करता हूं कि कुछ रातों की इतनी जल्द सहर नहीं होती। सहर सुबह होती है, उषा। कुछ रातों की इतनी जल्द सहर नहीं होती। कहते ना ये रात बड़ी लंबी हो गई। हर जिंदगी के लिए आसान डगर नहीं होती। ये तो सवाल हैं जो अक्सर उभर आते हैं। ये तो सवाल हैं जो अक्सर उभर आते हैं। दरअसल जवाबों की कोई उम्र नहीं होती। जवाब दिया, खत्म। लेकिन सवाल ऐसा है, सवाल के ऊपर आता जाता है, सवाल दूसरा आता है, तीसरा आता है, सवाल के ऊपर सवाल आता है। तो ये तो सवाल हैं जो अक्सर उबार आते हैं, दरअसल जवाबों की कोई उम्र नहीं होती। तो ये थे चंद कतार। अगर आप इजाजत दें तो मैं कुछ शेर पेश करूंगा। शेर भी 2 लाइनर होता है, वो भी अपने में पूरा ख्याल होता है, पूरी कविता होता है। तो मेरा सबसे पहला शेर आज के हालात के ऊपर है कि मैं इंसानियत के साथ खड़ा हूं, मैं इंसानियत के साथ खड़ा हूं, हर सूरत में, हर हाल में मुंह तोड़ जवाब बन जाऊंगा उग्रवाद के जवाब में। मुंह तोड़ जवाब बन जाऊंगा उग्रवाद के जवाब में। जब उग्रवाद है तो फिर तो मैं अपना आप दिखाऊंगा ही। दूसरा शेर है कि जिंदगी यूं ही बहुत खूबसूरत है, जिंदगी यूं ही जैसे चल रही है, जिंदगी यूं ही बहुत खूबसूरत है, जरा सी बर्दाश्त की जरूरत है। जिसको बर्दाश्त, जिसको सहना आ गया, वो जिंदगी बड़ी आसानी से जी गया। और एक और छोटा सा ख्याल कि उनका जो करके दीदार आए, एक अदद जिंदगी गुजार आए। अदद उर्दू की गिनती को बोलते हैं कि एक अदद जिंदगी गुजारा, पूरी जिंदगी जैसे गुजर गई उनका सिर्फ हमने दीदार करने से। उनका जो करके दीदार आए, एक अदद जिंदगी गुजार आए। एक और है कि बहारें वीरान लगती हैं, दिल उदास होता है। बहारें वीरान लगती हैं, दिल उदास होता है। ये तभी होता है जब तू न पास होता है, ये तभी होता है जब तू न पास होता है। नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। प्रसन्ना जी, यू बीन ऑलवेज वेरी काइंड, वेरी कंसिडरेट। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, sir. We get to listen to the wisdom lines in a few words. So that is the beauty of, the shairi or share or whatever it is. We get to learn the new words and the wisdom of, that lies in the lines. So thank you, sir. Thank you for coming every time, and sometimes thanks for inspiring and encouraging through your words and for the support.
Thank you,
And
Prasanna
that
ji,
was
you've been
Gopal
very kind.
Purdani with his wonderful lines in Hindi, and yes, that is, I could not translate entirely, but yes, beautiful lines. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is joining us for the, he's doing a wonderful work, and I know we were doing like, I could just see that, I'm just getting the, but yes, Rawle Iam James. Wonderful voice. Please welcome, and you should also join his open mic. He just happens, and I'm not getting. Please announce yes, Raleigh, it's all yours.
Good to see you, brother, and blessing to all poets. Hope you are well and in good spirits wherever in the world you are, and that you're safe. And I'm happy to be above ground, so I'm here today. So I have 3 pieces I'd like to share with you. I offer these words, and how you receive them, I leave to you. This first piece is called A Gentle Whisper. It's a piece I wrote about ethics for the Academy of Ethics that I'm involved with. And for me, ethics is something that I think each and every single human being today really needs to examine their own personal ethics, and how does it align with the greater ethics of how we as humans choose to live. And the process of examining our ethics is really about questioning and reflecting about the decisions, the choices that we make, and then being able to accept the full consequences of the choice that we've made. It's a lifelong pursuit. It's not something that you do once and that's it. So anyway, A Gentle Whisper. A gentle whisper escapes from my soul to spotlight my journey in this earthly divine. I am guided through tempestuous skies to be a ray of positivity on the horizon. At times, it feels like I'm in a constant pursuit in a hunger for the holy grail of connection. Footprints I create on the sands of duality to be the questions forever reflecting answers. Life's mystery unravel to set wisdom free in each breath, in the rhythm of my choice. I am a ripple that ventures out into a sea of hope, for I need nothing that does not exist within. I am the joy within the laughter, the tears after the fall, the silence within the wind, listening so I can hear. I am the prayer that guides life from beyond, the ethos of my soul in every breath. End of piece. And this next one is a short one. It's called Tomorrow's Joy. Upon the winds of a whisper, beauty floats upon my thoughts, suspended in time, rested for a while. An old promise blossoms anew into a mesmerizing sweet melody that lifted me higher and higher, to be one with zealous clouds in life's golden rays of sunlight. My joy runneth into a chorus. I returned as joy, excuse me, I returned as joy-filled teardrops to rain upon my bohemian soul in anticipation of tomorrow's joy. End of piece. And then this last piece is my latest piece that I think is finished. Finished it this week. It's called Truth. It is a bridge from the void into the vastness, linking thoughts in the chasm of our mind. At times, it stands quietly like a trusted friend. Other times, it is concealed in plain sight. It resides in all that is good, romancing the light, and never absent from the dark of shadowy nights. Truth is an unwavering companion, transcending time, occupying all space. It holds no bias with our daily battle with ourselves. We're forged from the trials of fires, resiliency, our reward. It ripples inside out as it shapes our lived reality. Each moment of truth, fleeting in permanence. Truth is a timeless force that is forever expanding. We are the offspring in the realm of its illusion. A creative divinity to temper the flames of anger. No need to tame its power, for it shall set you free. An oasis for wandering souls lost in the sands of time. Its strength is like an inhaled breath that brings forth life. From truth, we are born to return to the truth. We are the storytellers of truth that flows from truth, the needle of the compass pointing to the true north, a projected thesis that is intrinsic to the economy of life. Truth flows inside out, and the world is our reflection. Truth, like life, is to be lived. Be the love of your life. End of piece. Blessing, poets, and thank you.
I can definitely say you're like, say sage kind, and I falls in the category of, my, what do you call, my acharya. Each line, I think we could recall and we could just, analyze and give a review of it. I'm joy within myself and a kind of offspring of, divinity. What a wonderful lines, and each poem that you expressed is something I feel overwhelming joy that you have come today and you expressed this. Inspired Poetry Corner. He's open mic. Please join, my dear friends. It's such a open space. You could just join this thing. We talk about ethics and values in human rights and peace and humanity. That's what we try to promote.
Well, I'm just following your lead, brother. You continue doing your good work. I don't get to come here as often as I would like.
Yes, I understand.
But,
That's okay. That's okay.
But when I do come, it's a joy. So you keep doing your good work and
yes,
doing your part to uplift us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So somewhere or other, it's the work has been going. So we are connected together. So it's not like. So let us welcome. So the continuation of the the phase, Acharya, Lantern Carrier.
Thank you, my brother. Yes, that was a spellbinding piece indeed. Salutations to my other brother. I don't think you realized that you were referring to me when you said Acharya. Lamentations of Light. I weep for the living, the corporate hearts too covered in snow to hear the myriad wails of souls crying in the wilderness for justice. The lobbyists, the uranium and chemical traders in whose avarice lies a destructive volcano. I weep for the naysayers, those that manufacture demons lighting up the sky so powerfully that they invoke a judicial response from Mother Gaia. The truth benders, the interest group seemingly dead, kept alive in the dark clutches of ignorance. For love is merciful, kind, and compassionate, and those who portray loving deeds in life will be merited in the afterlife. The living dead, lost in the forest of shadows, will awake in the traveler's lodge of sorrow. For karma works with cosmic law, balancing the pendulum. On this ceaseless wheel of eternal time we come, dance with love like a heavenly actor, then we leave. Our blueprints may include numerous gifts and talents, many virtues and creative geniuses still waiting to unfold. Yet in this mystery, sometimes difficult to comprehend, the master calls and we must go, however unpleasant the circumstances. Who can claim to know the ways of paradise? Although we may grieve our dear ones gone, they are neither dead nor sleeping. On the Elysian wheel of time they travel to the soul-sacred bliss of an illustrious realm within. No farewell, for if you listen closely, you will hear their voices in the song-bearers' melodies and the bouquets of flowers paying homage to the various legacies. The moon and stars will shine like we do with family and friends, even as love welcomes them in the golden shows of the unknowable. Let us listen to the hummingbirds as they recite psalms for their contributions, say how amiable they were. The swans will waltz to their poise and charisma, for their energies affected many, their vibrancy nothing but a conduit expressing itself in this earth arena. Let the fragrant jasmines rejoice, sunflowers unfurl to our grieving, carrying our tears to the New Jerusalem. For flowers too have their stories to tell, even as those who listened to children playing stepped into the naivety and cheerfulness. Do not mourn, for we all are instruments of light, and will joyfully awake in our regal chambers when our turn arrives, a boon from the Master's blessings. Let us show kindness to others, loving them by being a benchmark to goodness and benevolence. Listen while the bugles blow and the trumpets call, and know that in time, dear ones shedding tears will be comforted. Dance with shooting stars, carry the glories of love to the New Jerusalem, give praise and adulation for the majestic grandeur of heaven. Although we may evoke their soulfulness and charm with poignant funeral songs and speeches, lament the loss of sons and daughters, the beloved will bring grace and mercy to their hearts, born out of a spirit of grief and fortitude, loving prayers and concern. No farewell, for even as the sun sets, only to rise at daybreak, even as the luminosity of moonbeams glisten in the darkness, And the nightingales sing upon another virgin morn, so too they have ascended, chanting Alleluia to our Lord. And in the breath of the breeze we will fill the spirit, for the wind has carried the joys and sorrows, the playful yesterdays, and the exaltation of tomorrows, to place them all at the feet of our effulgent majesty. And now the spirit is sanctified, minstrels play joyfully on harps as cherubims and seraphims chant the glories of the harmonies. Heaven smiles, gleaming with luster, as they arrive at the gates of serenity and supernal beauty. Steal away, steal away, steal away to freedom. Steal away home, steal away home to freedom. Lantern Carrier, thank you.
What would I say? That is a poem, and yes, indeed, when Masters calls, we must go. Do you think it's a poetry kind of, just going and, just, you are showcasing, just not anybody, just a spiritual congregation is happening. What do you say, Satinder Kaur ma'am? But yes, that was Lantern, as I always say that, listening to him is like reading a book. So when when you finish the program and I upload this YouTube, you could just rewind it and you could just listen to all the poets. They are not just reading poetry. That's not, I cannot say them. I know it's the poetry. It's like a spiritual as a hormone upliftment of kind of thing. So it's a kind of spiritual congregation is happening here. So thank you, Lateran, sir. Thank you, Manatita.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, how could I explain her, about her? And she's just, it's like listening to her is to go, is like going into a meditation. So, and she puts that graphic imagery and everything, and that goes by, as along. She reads out the poetry. So please welcome Alexandra Psaropoulou.
Hello, thank you. This is Flying 7. In the temple high above the sea, a sweet gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a sweet flame burning in every heart, melting all resistance under the powers that guide us through sorrow and joy within and without. Knowing how not to hurt or be hurt by others, to be proud of ourselves on earth as above, unable to understand, unable to bear cruelty, using our strength to protect, to care for, dancing, dancing to diffuse, in the waves over the waves, transcending higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds in the sunlight. Flying, flying in the superlight. In the temple high above the sea, a sweet gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a clean energy in every flower and tree, soil and water, wind and sun. Our duty to our planet, knowing how to sustain and be sustained by nature, to be proud of all business people on earth as above, unable to understand, unable to bear war, using our kindness to soothe, to comfort, dancing, dancing to transform. In the waves over the waves, transcending higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds in the moonlight. Flying, flying in the superlight. In the temple, high above the sea, a sweet, gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a safe haven for every child, woman, and man. Our duty to mankind, knowing how to treat and be treated by others. To be proud of all rulers on earth as above. Unable to accept, unable to bear degradation, raising our human hearts to be noble, to create values. Dancing, dancing, to be sublime. In the waves, over the waves, transcending higher and higher. Wounds, no more wounds in the starlight. Flying, flying in the superlight. In the temple high above the sea, a sweet, gentle breeze blows through the orange curtains. And here there is a unity of people from all nations, unlocking the gates of our minds and our hearts into salvation, knowing how to forgive ourselves and others, to be proud of humanity on earth as above, unable to accept, unable to bear discord, raising our human souls to be noble, to uphold values. Dancing, dancing, to render sublime. In the waves, over the waves, transcending higher and higher. Winners despite our wounds, into the rainbow light. Flying, flying in the superlight. Flying, flying in the human divine superlight. Thank you.
So would you agree with me, my dear friends? Listening and watching Alexandra is like going into a meditation. So that was Alexandra. I have no words for you. Thanks for coming. Please give a round of applause to Alexandra. Thank you.
बहुत शुक्रिया.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you. धन्यवाद. Okay, please let's go across to our next poet. Our next poet is she struggled a lot, during. I mean, it's like she always shares this, kind of, holy symbols, and to give blessings and all. Much to tell about her, but yes, I would straight away call Jill Sharon Kimmelman.
You're talking about me that way? Wow. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Jill Sharon Kimmelman, and I live in Delaware, USA. I have two poems, which I don't normally do two, but they're both about tradition. One is beginning a new tradition, and the second one, in my religion, which is Judaism, is the final tradition. So I'll start with the beginning, a new tradition. By the time I was born, instead of cooking, my grandmother made dinner reservations and inspired delicious conversations. Though I'd heard tell stories of chicken fried in a cast iron skillet, someone else's memories of hot cornbread drizzled with honey, the fluffiest biscuits ever slathered with sweet butter. No cast iron skillet in this girl's life, at least not yet. We have our traditions. Celebrating holidays means family. Foods prepared by generations of women with open hearts, skilled hands. Matzo balls floating in hearty chicken soup. Briskets brimming with carrots and onions in rich, fragrant broth. sponge cakes as light as air, and those Hanukkah latkes, crisp on the edges, soft in the center. No matter how many mom makes, not a single latke is left. No cast iron skillet in this girl's life, at least not yet. It's about time. I Google yard sales near me, arrive at sunrise before the best tables have been picked over, sink into muddy lawns, garish with funny gnomes, pink flamingos, and Christmas lights. At the fourth house, behind cans of SpaghettiOs and organic baby food, I spy a good size cast iron skillet. I grab it, place a $5 bill in the palm of the kid babysitting the tables, run to my car, clutching my find in old newspaper. I scrub that skillet for hours, attacking the crust of dirt and rust, until my hands are dark brown, sparkling with tiny splinters. I oil it to a beautiful sheen, inside and out, place it in a warm oven to dry. Now there's a skillet in this girl's life, seasoned with love. Now I ask you, jump forward 20 years. My beloved niece sets her Sabbath table, assisted by her two little girls, ages 4 and 6. Mama, can we use Aunt Jill's skillet to bake our challah? They chorus. I don't see why not, she replies. Aunt Jill would love that we carry on the tradition she began. That poem was inspired by a poem by Zan Johns. All of you, most of you, know her, admire her, and to know her is to love her. Zan wrote a poem called Catfish on a Red Plate. And I realized it was about time in my life, even if I don't eat catfish, to have that skillet to fry them in. The second poem, if there's time, it's called Sitting Shiva. We said our goodbyes, one at a time, in a white hospital room. Daddy's voice blurred from steady drip from the morphine snow. Nonsense words crept in from the language of childhood. Our hands clasped. I squeezed them tight for both of us. Someone drove us home. No room inside that car for conversation or tears. An older cousin at my bedside, shaking me awake. It's over now, she said. People will be coming soon. 2 black dresses, one for each of us. Weary, numbed, grieving daughters. We would wear them for the first and last time next day at Daddy's funeral. Every mirror in the house has been covered. This is not a time for vanity. We will not change our clothes, adorn ourselves with makeup and jewelry. This is not a fashion show. We will not play music, listen to the radio, or watch television. This is not a time for entertainment and indulgences. Mountains of food prepared by caring souls. We will eat when someone brings us a plate. We sit on chairs with straight backs and no cushions. This is where we will sit for 7 days. Once upon a time, clothes were torn by grieving family members. So we wear a torn black ribbon to symbolize all that death has ripped from us. We pray together twice a day, the mourner's cottage, the hours in between filled with stories and memories. After 7 days, we walk outside, stiff arms and legs, craving motion. We gulp in great gusts of fresh air before returning home. We will wear the torn black ribbon for 30 days, a noisy exodus of relatives, our companions in grief, depart for their own homes, and we are left entirely alone. Thank you. Wow, thanks everybody.
You put us in a silence, that is not really a moment of celebration with pomp, with dressing and all, and whatever you mentioned in that. Need to ponder out.
Thank you for allowing me to share them.
And thank you for, coming up with such a, very thoughtful.
I wish I could be here more often, but I come as often as I can.
Yeah. Thank you, Zil. Thank you. That was Zil. Please shout out. Give a round of applause. Thank you. I could see one. I could take the liberty of, but yes, someone is listening intently, but I could reserve her for, But yes, before that, let us call our historian. He's a brilliant poet, Christopher T. George.
Hi, Prasanna and everyone.
Hi, sir.
I am going to take you on a journey. Let me call up my share screen here. We go. This is a picture of Jupiter. And this first poem is called Finding a Ring Around Jupiter. The news is out. It must be true. The scientists announce it in their pleasant monotones. They have found a ring around Jupiter. Thank God for that. After all the years in darkness, like a mouse in a maze, all the empty years, the hollow crowns, the empty-headed kings shot in cellars, the endless ring of telephones, the hollow marriages, rings at the back of drawers. I'm trying to find the same poem in here because I can't read the last line. Okay, rings at the back of drawers, the empty ring of words, words, words. The ring encircles Jupiter, a crown for the king of planets, the one with the funny red nose. No matter that the magnificent head is only composed of gas, no matter that it's impossible for us to see the ring from Earth, the scientists say it's there, so it must be. No wonder they feel like kings, jovial and Jovian. They run rings around the politicians. They offer no empty promises, press no panic buttons, run no rings around the roses. All they offer is our future, nestled in a ring of hands like a white mouse. Fireflies on the moon. I'm dropped by the curb by Union Station this grey afternoon, below half-mast state flags, limp in April light. lowered for the college students killed in the latest gun tragedy. 3 stars and stripes in front of the station hugged their staffs. I strolled toward the flagstaffs, father, son, and ghost. Notice as the flags lift, ragged red strips of bunting fluttering. Mementos of the strength of yesterday's nor'easter. The white painted poles stand rusted, scarred. The gunman blew his own face off. Hard for the authorities to identify the tortured writer. A presidential candidate informs us we have no plan B to exit the civil war in Iraq. We fight on. 2 fireflies enter a craft that flies to the moon. The astronauts open the hatch. The fireflies escape unnoticed, begin to hover in front of them. The firefly's light is captured in photographs, but lack of oxygen causes the fireflies to die. NASA announces there are aliens on the moon. Thanks, everyone.
Wow, that was a beautiful journey you had taken us to. Christopher, thank you. That please give a round of applause to Christopher. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. Beautiful of 2 poems of yours. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is she's a beautiful poet from Singapore, Sylvia Ang. Sylvia. Yes, please turn on your mic. Please unmute your mic, Sylvia. Please go ahead.
Okay, got it. Got it. I'm reading this piece. Is called Do You Listen? Do you listen deeply to feel what I feel? Do you listen to find out what I'm thinking? Do you listen with understanding, with no judgment? Do you listen to find out the real me? What is truthful about me? Do you listen and I feel being heard? Do you listen if you can acknowledge what I have thought? Do you listen and paraphrase? I felt, care, and listened to. Thank you for being a good listener, and I love you for that. Next, I'm reading something that is part of India, but in Singapore, we enjoy eating it very much with the Indian community. I'm reading out crispy cheese prata. He needs the dough flattened, toasted. It's amazing, like a magical add. Add a cheese to the prata and add oil to the prata. It's crispy cheese prata. That's about all. So I'll look forward to see you. I'll stay for a short while. Then I hope to bake.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. Listening and listening. to you. Beautiful. And that was Sylvia. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. And please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is Dominic Windram. He's a beautiful, he writes a short line and such short verses, but writes to the point. So please welcome Dominic Windram.
Thank you, Prasanna. Thank you. Yeah, I'll do the shorter poem first. It's called The Negotiating Table, and it's inspired by Mona Hatoum's performance piece from 1983 as a response to the Sabra and Shatila massacres in September 1982. Here it goes. The room is stark and ominous, yet it can still stir some of us from zero states of consciousness. Curious eyes scan for traces of existence. Curious minds seek to know more about conflict and not less. Unmoved spectres are ever watchful. Oh, this room is dark, lit only by a light bulb over a table on which the probing artist lies still, motionless. Empty chairs surround the table. The artist's body is clearly bloodstained, covered with entrails. Her body is tightly wrapped in plastic, and surgical gauze seems to cling leech-like to her head and countenance. As the eerie soundtrack plays, in the blind frenzied background, droning deceitful voices can be heard. Each voice appears to merge with all the others endlessly in maddening loops, signifying nothingness. Thank you. That's the first one. The second one is called In Late October, and it's an impressionistic piece in syllabic verse that relies heavily on anaphora. In late October, birds still sing sweetly despite the fading of light. They do so naturally and not on command. Unlike us, they're not riddled with all the ragged symptoms of bitter doubting. In late October, rain sometimes brings blessings that are unexpected, and the wind whispers eerie meanings that we have long forgotten. Because we are lost in time's mists and fixed to treadmills of days. In late October, the harvesting of apples brings warmth and colour, the cold turnings of the air. In late October, I'm struck by subtle beauty that doesn't seek to crassly advertise itself. It stirs the senses like a rich textured painting. In late October lie scatterings of brown and gold tinted displays that hint at rites and symbols. In late October, blood-red leaves are brimming with solemn parables that modernity attempts to hide. Oh, nature abounds with wisdom if we take care to listen and perceive, unfettered by the endless din of distraction. When we wander along untrodden pathways towards verdant fields and ancient oak trees, we can absorb the silence that was once gifted to those who came before us. In late October, the bonfires begin and strange scents caress the air. It's time to remember all that's passed away into the realm of shadows. And if I listen carefully in a dreamlike glade, I can still hear echoes of loved ones' voices, although they have moved on from this world of sorrows. In late October, mature love unfolds like soft, unhurried prayers. Summertime's wild flings dissolve in sanctuaries of your true inner goodness. In late October, a saint-like communion that connects nature's wild, disparate elements stifles the dreaded screaming of the witching hour. In late October, when the sun dies suddenly on fateful evenings, I'm often reminded starkly of my own mortality, yet I can sense my little part within the great scheme of things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic. That was beautiful. We need to observe the silence. I like the whole line, especially. So that is so the beauty of your lines, in a short.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming and thanks for presenting your pieces. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is joining us for the first time from Bangladesh, Niloy Rafiq. Yes.
Thank you too much. My poem name Cows. A piece of white feather over face. The night with hunger on the veil of soil. The cows frozen in pride. Drift in the night, burning love, place in the wind. Corcus, draw picture in the maid of night. Sleepless eyes on white paper, horrible complications. Sleep quickly in the heart, wake up in the morning, drawing a sky. Cockroach run on the mud. Thank you. Second poem, my language Bangla. Palonko. এক টুকরো সাদা কাগজ মুখ গুজে গুসায় রাত কাটে মাটির আঁচলে অভিমানে জমাট বাঁধা পালঙ্ক রাতের গভীরে পোড়া প্রেম বাতাসে উড়ে তেলেপোকা ছবি আঁকে মধ্যরাতে সাদা কাগজে নির্গুম রাত বিবস্ব জটিলতা চুপিসারে হৃদয়ের ভেতর শুয়ে পড়ে ঘুম ভাঙে সকালে স্বপ্নের আকাশ তেলেপোকা দৌড়ায় মাটির আঁচলে থ্যাংক ইউ
Beautiful rendition, sir. Beautiful rendition. I would love to. Please do come every week. We love to have you. Beautiful rendition, I would say. I would love the Bangla and English as well. Thank you for coming and thank you for presenting your two beautiful poems. Niloy Rafiq, that was.
থ্যাংক ইউ থ্যাংক ইউ
Thank you, sir. Please join, please welcome our next poet. He's again is a poet joining us for the first time. So let us welcome David David, yes, David.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, audible. Yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
I hope that I have no knowledge of Indian poets. Would love to have someone do a short one in the language. And who is the greatest? Of course, you will all have differing opinions. The poem I'm reading is a cento, and that consists of lines by everybody other than me. And these lines turn me on. My own lines, sometimes no. So the poem begins, and you will recognize some of the poets here. This guy, I'm still trying to find the author. St. Paul's above the river rides, afloat upon ethereal tides. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower, silent as dots on a disk of snow. If I could tell you, I would let you know. The seal's wide spindrift gaze toward paradise. Things as they are changed upon the blue guitar. Let us go then, you and I. Well, it winds from St. Louis, I think it should be Chicago, to LA, just a half a mile past the Mississippi Bridge, to a knockdown shack on the edge of town, till dawn comes and the shadows flee. I have a couple of more. Stop, stranger, as you pass by. And what are you doing for the rest of your life? I'm adding the poets that wrote these in a new version. But thanks to Chris George for helping me out, which he does commonly, a very wonderful Delaware, USA poet. And that's it for me. Thank you, guys. Glad to see everyone.
Thank you, David. There's nothing like Indian or US or UK kind. It's all here. No language, no border, nothing like that. So I will love it to have you always. That's a wonderful piece that you brought up with. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Adoring this dais. Please do come every week. So thank you. That was lovely. You presented. That was David. Please give a round of applause. Next up, yes. Now it's the time. So I have she got an elaborate kind of bio, which I think I could no, I could not just, but she's all across. She's with her wonderful books. She's a well-known writer, award-winning poet. She's a master in limericks, I would say. I would definitely say that she has an entire book in limericks. So please welcome Santosh Bakaya. He's joining us for the first time on this platform. Please. Yes, open recital.
I was listening to all these mesmerizing poets, and it was wonderful. I didn't feel like getting up. I was supposed to prepare dinner, but I came back. So a short poem. This was published in Spill Words in the year 2018, and it is as relevant today as it was then, because it talks of the futility of war. So the poem is, this is a conversation between two ghosts who scurry out of their graves. So the poem is, when the dead stirred from the graves, when the dead stirred from the graves. Look, buddy, the ground is still bloody. Look, buddy, the ground is still bloody. Oh, listen, oh, listen, oh, listen. Can you smell this stench? Oh, silly, the dead can't listen. They don't see, they don't smell. Don't you see? Oops. We have been reduced to characters in an absurdist drama, going round and round and round and round in circles. I protest, I protest, I protest. But silly, can the dead protest? Can the dead protest? Ouch, you just trod on my foot. Yes, we can. My foot pains. Where there is pain, there is life. So we live. We live as the dead. We live as the dead. That is a phantom pain, silly. Stop that painful refrain. Stop that painful refrain. I protest. I protest this killing, this senseless war. I protest our untimely death, this unwarranted curtailing of breath. I protest. I can still see the suffering fields of my land, The dead don't have eyes, silly. The dead don't have eyes, silly. The dead see. The living don't. Don't they see the futility of war? They are deader than the dead. When did they say? When did they say is the next war? I believe in reincarnation, and I promise you, buddy, oh, don't sprinkle your nose at my body, muddy. When I'm reborn on a golden dawn, I'll go back to my poetry. The grave digger, a shriveled up figure, sat under a leafless tree, watching the shenanigans of the dead. Somewhere, someone put a finger to the trigger, and the silhouettes scurried back to their graves, leaving behind slim contours of a protest and lifeless fists thumping the air. Thank you.
Oh, that was roaring. What's the futility of war is very well put. That is so beautifully put, ma'am. So thank you. Thanks for joining. So please give a round of applause to Santosh Bakaya, who joined us for the first time. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Up next is undoubtedly, he is a cultural manager. So beautiful, wonderful work here. He's from Romania, basically, but he's a beautiful at lending As I've opened my cortes, Romanian language, English, and other languages, please welcome Mircea Dan Duta.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for accepting me. And I am sorry for being late. As I wrote, I'm connecting from the hospital and the conditions are not the best ones here. I will read a poem called Smultronstället, which in Swedish means wild berries. It is in the memory of a legendary film called like this, a film by Ingmar Bergman from the 50s of the 20th century. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I'm the last on the queue. Today, August 13, 2023, my grandfather would have turned 125 years old. Mom insists that I remember this date. It's important to her. My girlfriend, Andrea, insists that I pronounce her name correctly, Andreo. It's important to her. Mom cares a lot about Andreo. Andreo cares a lot about Mom. Nevertheless, Mom will never make it to pronounce Andrea's name correctly, and Andrea will never remember Grandpa's birthday. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I'm the last one on the queue. There are so many things I must constantly accomplish, which I'm not allowed to forget. Convincing Mom that I'm healthy, happy, and that everything goes well in my life, proceeding in such a way that she would not doubt for a moment that everything she does is all right, starting with the unnecessary sweeping through the living room, anyway perfectly cleaned on daily basis by the robot vacuum cleaner, and ending with the daily pancakes for breakfast in a house where nobody likes pancakes. Making Andrea believe that despite the 30-year age difference between us, I share her firm conviction in our common future, and that I'm as sure as she is that university studies in Vienna, which she will start in September, won't rock the boat. To encourage her in all her initiatives, to fill the house with all kinds of automatic devices and robots, which in the end, she's the only one to manage to understand how to use. To assure her that I swallow all the pills which, as an experienced nurse and future medical student, she prescribes me to as soon as I start sneezing or complaining about some little back pain, for she's convinced that I really need them and that at your age, they will do a lot of good to you anyway. To entrust her permanently that I will never exceed the standard daily dose of phenobarbital, and that in fact I wouldn't even know where to get more of it, for I have no idea where she hides the pills she considers dangerous. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I'm last on the list and the only man in the family. I have to smile and try to calm down Mom or Andrea when one of them starts crying for reasons always incomprehensible to anyone else, being aware that in the end they would still find peace of mind in each other's arms, for you're the granddaughter I have never had, and anyway, men never understand women. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I'm the last on the queue, so in short, apart from my own lies, with which, for evident reasons, it is necessary and even unavoidable that I decorate my CV at 56, for at last trying to create myself the illusion that I could find the competition, I still have to encourage others to believe their own lies, which often in good faith, sometimes even unconsciously, they turned in their own minds into absolute personal convictions with the force of immutable religious truth. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I'm last on the queue. I'm not even invited into surgery. The door is only partly open, and the doctor just gives me another prescription with dozens of drugs and tons of explanations about when, how, in what quantities to take them, what diets to associate them with how to avoid or not using air conditioning, alcohol, tobacco, unprotected sex, and physical efforts. It's written on my face that I don't even understand anything, but the doctor makes it to the end without giving up the boring duty of giving me his speech, full of scientific terms, Latinists, and Anglicisms, then kindly informs me that our meeting is over and how much do I have to pay for the consultation. I'm waiting at doctor's door. I was the last on the queue. The doctor left, and I forgot to kindly ask him to give me, among so many dozens of drugs, also one that would help me forget everything but Mom, Andrea, and the 13th of August. No, wait, mister. We have what we have. What we don't have, it isn't. The lady in navy blue overall mops fiercely the waiting room. Instinctively, I realize that it is late. The wet area in the room expands rapidly. The dry area is also quickly reduced to a tiny island around me. The water-swilling mop comes closer and closer, closer and closer. The dry island is gone. I sink like into a dream, into this water that is flowing over me from all over the place. The pressure of the stream suddenly opens the locked door of the doctor, and I perceive it. I hear a voice. Here you go. Next one, please. I perceive it as if from underwater, and I don't know why I am surprised. Actually, I am underwater. But yes, I know why I am surprised. By the simple presence of the voice. After all, the doctor left a long time ago. Take a seat. There's no place to sit. Everything around me is floating. Do you remember the last duty of a patient? I remember hearing something in an old movie about the first duty of a doctor, but about patients. This is not about movies. A patient's last duty before leaving the doctor's surgery. I would like to answer whomever is talking that the doctor didn't even invite me to the surgery, but there's no time for this. With an unstoppable force, a new stream throws me out through the open window of the surgery. Strangely, the water recedes, and now I'm floating through the air, supported by barely felt force of a faint breeze. I look back. The lady in blue closes the window. However, I still manage to hear from inside. The last duty of a patient before leaving doctor's surgery is to say goodbye. Mom, I'm happy and healthy. Andreo, I love you. Happy birthday, Grandpa. We don't have what we don't have, but what we have, it's here. Farewell, Doctor. Thank you very much.
Oh, that was quite long, but yes, you managed it. But how are you putting it's like you're in the hospital. Right? You should take care of yourself and get well soon. That was Mircea with his beautiful rendition. You could just experience this thing. Thank you, Mircea. Please get well soon, and we wish you have a speedy recovery.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Please welcome. We have on deck Sreedharan sir, Manjula ma'am, Santosh, Reema, Till, Diya, Sudipta, and Gangalaxmi ma'am, and yes. But before that, Bizo, he calls him Isaac Cohen.
Dear Kumar and dear friends, there is a set time for me and from the people of Israel. Many people was murdered and injured, and many people is kidnapped. But man must to look at God and to hope that the future will be good. I started with sad story. One girl from my work, 32 years, was murdered in the Nova party. The poem is dedicated to lost souls of Nova Nature party. As a Cohen, the pure souls. Souls, you climb up to catch the minute of culture. The music sends you to freedom. The vandals stop the voice of youth and send you to the grave. And the other set poems, as a Cohen said, dream. I woke up, said, dream. That, but people must think that all the time you must to look and be hope that the future will be good. As a Cohen, hope. The earth that drinks the baby's blood will grow a lotus of peace for future generations. Thank you.
Thank you, Isaac. We understand.
And thank you, Kumar.
Yeah.
And maybe
Please take care of yourself.
only peace.
Please.
Maybe only peace to all the people.
Next up, that was Isaac Cohen. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, yes, Satin. She's a wonderful soul and she's part of our group. So please welcome Dr. Satinder Kaur. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My good evening or good morning and good afternoon to all those poets and the audience sitting in various geographical zones. So I am Satinder Kaur from Jalandhar, and through my poem, I'll talk about my dad, who was an Indian scholar, and he was sent to US for his PhD, and so I have some words for him. It is a tribute to him, because whatever we children are, it is all because of him. So here is a poem. In the realm of memories, I paint a portrait. In the realm of memories, I paint a portrait of a man so dear, my dad, my guide, my photo. A tapestry of virtues, woven with care, a gentle soul beyond compare. As simple as a summer breeze's caress, as simple as a summer breeze's caress, his love flowed freely. It was a pure tenderness. Like a lighthouse, he stood, unwavering and strong, guiding me through life's tempestuous throng, guiding me through life's tempestuous throng. An Indian scholar, he soared on wings of knowledge. Through distant lands, he sought the pearls of wisdom. A star he became in academia's domain, brightening minds like sun rays through rain, brightening minds like sun rays through rain. Far-sighted as he was, his vision took big flights. A seer's gaze piercing the darkest nights. In simple living, he found treasures unseen. In simple living, he found treasures unseen. In humble gestures, he experienced joys pristine. Respect and love followed him as his constant companions. Respect and love followed him as his constant companions, colleagues, seniors, and juniors all revered him as a champion. A mountain peak towering above the rest, an inspiration, a benchmark, the very best, an inspiration, a benchmark, the very best. But cruel death, an untimely hand it laid, leaving us bereft in sorrow's shade. Like a thunderclap, it shattered our souls, leaving emptiness as the bell of grief tolls, leaving emptiness as the bell of grief tolls. Yet, in my heart, his essence lives on. In my heart, his essence lives on, a legacy eternal, forever drawn. A constellation in the midnight sky, a guiding star as time drifts by. Though life is gone, his spirit remains. In every heartbeat, his love sustains. Though life is gone, his spirit remains. In every heartbeat, his love sustains. Thank you.
My goodness. Now, did you experience that, a smooth or warm touch that I'm seeing? He laid his hand on your head and his blessing.
Yeah, that is always there.
So
that is
he's
always
not
there.
Not only in academia, but everywhere is there. The
He
father
was-
is always an eternal, not for you, for me too, he's a father. So this poem always, reminds me of the Reema Singh, rendered, and she shed the tears that moved us, the day. Today you moved us with your, kind of rendition.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful tribute. I mean, it's like he's always there as a guiding star.
He's
not
always there. And
so being a daughter, what could you give? I mean, it's like I have no words. Sometimes, if you people make me so emotional, and I could not utter those words. I mean, it's like, yeah, but yes, we need to digest the fact, and we should move on. Having those memories or those guiding words that he has given us. So that was so beautiful, ma'am. So
he has always been there as a guiding force, and throughout his life, he lived very simple life, but he was a visionary, he was a saint, he was a seer, and people used to bow down before him. Even the people older than him would used to bow down to him. So this is what we have seen in our life about him. And another poem is about spring. To change the mood, I'll come to now spring. Soft breeze and sunshine all around. Nature awakens with a joyful sound. The birds sing sweetly in the trees as flowers sway in the gentle breeze. The air is fresh, the sky is so blue. All is renewed and life begins anew. Beneath our feet, the grass is green, a sight of beauty, a serene scene. The days grow longer, the nights grow short, as spring's warmth brings forth day-to-day report. As spring's warmth brings forth day-to-day report. From seeds once sown, new growth does spring. A promise of hope the season does bring. O lovely spring, how you do inspire with your beauty and your heartfelt desire to lift our spirits, and bring us cheer as we bask in your loveliness with the environment clear. To lift our spirits and bring us cheer as we bask in your loveliness with the environment clear. Thank you.
With the environment clear. I remember, I can't listening. I heard this poem somewhere. Yeah, yes, face. But yes, that was so beautiful, ma'am. So beautiful, so beautiful. Your poetry. That was Satinder Kaur, ma'am. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. This tiny lady is waiting for a long time. She says. But yes, she's not tiny, but yeah, she's pretty much grown up. Yes, please welcome Diya Singh.
Hello everyone. I have written poem about impulse where I have personified it. The poem is, "Hi there. Now don't act as a stranger. You know me well. I have befallen on you all once or twice when you were highly intoxicated with delight and exhilaration. When all what you did was crazily insane and out of the air, totally awesome and unexpected. The fluttering tickling within your heart with the unfortunate smile and the squinting of your eyes with a devilish sign. That's the real way I am to be displayed. Remember when you used to watch TV instead of doing homework when you were alone at home? Hope you didn't forget when you went on a shopping spree after a shower mood. You had the fear of heights, yet you were the first to jump on a giant wheels ride. You may be sleepy in hiding me, but I am the cheerful, wild step of what you are, always jumping around and bouncing in every thought of your mind. To stop the pretense, drop the act, and be the off-guard, reckless self to catch up with me and have a little chat about my cousin named Mason. That's it.
It's so cute, so cute, so cute. And that was Diya Singh, my dear friends. Please give a support hand. Please give a round of applause. Yes, please keep coming, Diya. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Yep. Let us go across to our next poet. Our next poet is Mr. Tezozomac. Tezozomac. Tezo is not seem to be, joining. And please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is Reema Rai Singh. Yeah, undoubtedly.
नमस्कार एवरीवन और सभी को दुर्गा अष्टमी की बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। Today I am delighted to share with you all a heartfelt Hindi poem called Shri Ram. This poem celebrates the greatness of Lord Ram, his courage and his virtues, and we celebrate his victory over evil on the joyous occasion of Dashera. Shri Ram. हम राम के सहारे बस राम ही हमारे, हम राम के सहारे बस राम ही हमारे, हर नाव के खेवैया श्री राम है हमारे, हर नाव के खेवैया श्री राम है हमारे। श्रद्धा सुमन है अर्पण, श्रद्धा सुमन है अर्पण श्री राम के चरण में, श्रद्धा सुमन है अर्पण श्री राम के चरण में। पावन है कितना अवसर, सौभाग्य है ये मेरा, और भाग्य है ये मेरा, जो साक्षी बन रही हूँ, जो साक्षी बन रही हूँ। श्री राम जी का मंदिर निर्माण हो रहा है, श्री राम जी की भक्ति में हम सब हैं आज डूबे। उत्सव सा लग रहा है, सब राममय हुआ है, उत्सव सा लग रहा है, सब राममय हुआ है। आदर्श हैं हमारे, गुणगान कर रही हूँ, आदर्श है हमारे, गुणगान कर रही हूँ। हम राम के सहारे बस राम ही हमारे, हर नाव के खेवैया श्री राम है हमारे। त्याग की विमूरत, त्याग की वो बेमूरत मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम, त्याग की विमूरत मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम। नित नित मैं आज उनको प्रणाम कर रही हूँ, श्री राम जी का मैं तो गुणगान कर रही हूँ। श्री राम का ये जीवन, श्री राम का ये जीवन बलिदान से भरा है, श्री राम का ये जीवन बलिदान से भरा है। भगवान ने हमारे क्या कुछ नहीं सहा है, श्री राम का ये जीवन बलिदान से भरा है। भगवान ने हमारे क्या कुछ नहीं सहा है। हम सबके पथ प्रदर्शक शान है हमारे, अभिमान है हमारे, संस्कार है हमारे, सम्मान है हमारे। हम सबके मन में बसते श्री राम है हमारे, हम राम के सहारे बस राम ही हमारे, हर नाव के खेवैया श्री राम है हमारे, हर नाव के खेवैया श्री राम है हमारे।
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, so beautiful man, so beautiful. You wanna go with another one?
हाँ, सेकंड पोएम है सब ठीक तो है ना, सब ठीक तो है ना। घुटन और खालीपन से भरे हुए इस थके हुए दिल और दिमाग में, सब ठीक तो है ना। तुम सबका हाल पूछ लेते थे पहले, तुम सबका हाल पूछ लेते थे पहले, खुद का हाल भी पूछ लिया ना। हर सुबह को ना कह दिया, हर सुबह को ना कह दिया, हर रात से लड़ाई कर ली। दीवारें भी थक गई हैं, यह खामोशी दीवारों के कान में चिल्लाती है कि आखिर तुम चिल्लाते क्यों नहीं, सब ठीक तो है ना। शब्दकोश से वास्ता थोड़ा खराब कर लिया, शब्दकोश से वास्ता थोड़ा खराब कर लिया। कैसे हो के जवाब को मैट्रिक का मुश्किल सवाल मान लिया। अब भाता नहीं है कुछ, अब भाता नहीं है कुछ, कुछ याद भी नहीं रहता। शायद खुद से है, शायद खुद से ही लड़ाई है। कैसे जज्बात है ये जो पर्दे में बंद है। कौन है वो जो हर गम को मुस्कुराहट के साथ झेलता है। कौन है वो जिसे खुशी के माहौल में भी सुकून नहीं। तुम ही तो हो ना। कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगता, एक डर है अजीब सा। कुछ अच्छा नहीं लगता, अब एक डर है अजीब सा। यह जो हो रहा है वह क्या है, जो होगा क्या वो अच्छा होगा, कुछ होगा या नहीं होगा। अब बंद कर दो सोचना, सुनो शोर मत मचाओ। सुनो, शोर मत मचाओ। देखो ना, हर कोई बेहोश है। सब सोच रहे हैं कि सब ठीक है। ये झूठ भी आखिर कितना ठीक है? या दिल भी खामोश है ये नसें भी। ये लोग भी खामोश है, खामोश हूँ मैं भी, खामोश तो तुम भी हो। सब ठीक तो है ना? Thank you everyone for being here to listen to my poem. Thank you Prasanna ji for giving me such a wonderful opportunity.
And second one, your eyes red, not your mouth. So I think such a beautiful expression. So no, no. So I think, yeah, beautiful. That's the way that you could just carry out. Gets a learning, when I get to hear, I just take it how to express. So beautiful expression. That was Reema Rai Singh. Please give it a round of applause, my dear friends. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is undoubtedly a so beautiful soul, and he writes a small lines. I mean, it's like verses, small verses, but yet so powerful. He's rooted very beautifully, and he sings beautifully. He writes for kids, whatnot. Sreedharan Parokode. Yes.
Thank you, Prasanna ji. Am I audible?
Yes, I would like to remind you all that, when you are coming here, just please try to take some time off and listen to the other poets and be with us, and not just come and read and go out. So if you are having a paucity of time, just leave, and you are not, it's like just respect each other and just respect the platform. And I'm not going to take any request of taking up reciting a poem or something like that. So other are there, so please respect the podium and others as well. If you are hurry up in running out, please leave the group. So that is it. Thank you. That was a show. Sorry, but it is very much needed because such a scene. Yeah. So Sreedharan Parokode.
Am I audible, ji? Okay. Yes, sir. And let me take 2 minutes time. Okay. Ormayude Chiragil means under the wings of memory. ഇടവഴിയിൽ വെച്ചെനിക്കു നൽകിയോരരുമയാം പീലി ഇവിടെ വെച്ചു ഞാൻ ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്കൊന്നു തുറന്നു നോക്കുവാൻ ലഭിച്ച പുസ്തകം എവിടെ വെച്ചു ഞാൻ ഇടതടവില്ലാതിളകും കണ്ണിലെ ചുടുനിരു കൂടി എവിടെ വെച്ചു ഞാൻ ഉണർത്തു പാട്ടുകൾ ഉറങ്ങുന്നു വിളിച്ചുണർത്തുവാനായിട്ടിനി എന്തു വേണം ഉറക്കു പാട്ടുകൾ ഉറങ്ങുന്നു. So my English poem goes like that. Painful pleasures. Pain reminds me of pleasures and losses about gains. And pain reminds me of pleasure and losses about gains. Selection is not an easy task. To give up is so simple. But acceptance, it is a matter of mind's decision. Intimacy invites individuals regardless of initials. It weeps on their continuous silence and absolute absence. Thank you very much.
Those are the wisdom lines, undoubtedly, as always. You bring some wisdom to your, 2 or 3 lines. That's so beautiful. I mean, it's like, I love to have you always, in our ways. That's the thing. And you're consistent, you sit and you watch. That is the thing. That's very much needed. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is, where has he gone? Yes, Mr. Tezozomac. He's a brilliant open mic artist and a guitar player as well. So let's see what he holds for us.
Good morning, all. I will drop my my info on the chat. Also, this uses a term called toe tags, and I don't know if I can share screen, but if not, toe tags are things, little paper.
You can share the screen, yeah. You can.
Things. Oh. I didn't need to find the button. There we go. Here we go. Can you all see this
yes,
this
perfect.
picture here?
Perfect,
Okay.
perfect.
This
Yeah.
picture here represents the border. So in this time that we have this conflict, the Mexicans are like the Palestinians of the US. And this line here represents the border, and this installation represents like all the deaths in a period of about 10 years from 2010 to about 2020. And then so this piece is titled "The Tranquil Temptation of Toe Tags." The thief and the joker rise in a symphonic cacophony of restrictions, orchestrated by the persuasion peddlers, the painted canvas of limitations, twirling dance of constraints, the bureaucratic bitchery of butchers and pirouettes in the theater of our existence. They whisper, embrace the wall, dear darkly shadow. Abandon your stubborn resistance to cross the synthetic semiotic scarp, the asymmetrical limits we endeavor to waltz through, enigmatic barriers, inking the dark sky as mercury bloodletting, spreading into Milky Way of stars. This aquatic buffet of blockades, the spindle of hurdles, the carnage of corpses as flotsam floaters, the political parrots en masse resonate the grand cosmic prank with a wink and a nudge of the Janus head of deceitful revisionism of nostalgic past and future, the plutocracy muse as they watch the hapless creatures chase a struggle in their ceaseless despair, chasing abstract quantum easements, phantom freedoms, ensnared in the web of longing to be included so they can finally be symbolically excluded. The subject is included in symbolization by being excluded. The Halian beasts scramble the exclusionary walls. To be included, these subjects are excluded from their own thoughts, since to be included is to give up your internal representations and abandon intentionality. The regressive investment in the structure of collective hallucinations where we are barred, jailed, shackled, chumped, and subverted. In the desolate migratory desert of the real, there is a fragmentary flow of subjects, carnal corpses, threatened by psychotic foreclosure and territorial neurotic repression. Meanwhile, the mournful embrace of toe tags fluttering like wilted petals, where darkness dwells in moonlit nights with spectral hue, corpses strewn, drowned by empty signifiers, their stories edged into unforgiving frost. The somber choir in the sovereign band camps voices muted, unintelligible, now broken, shattered as stars in the mercury lit sky. The borders edging on history's page, unseen on the land where ideology doesn't care if you believe it includes by de jure. Toe tags of tranquility flutter like fragile prayers of souls departed, the unsolicited stares, the waltz of fate. Toe tag 09-00206, date 129-2009, name unidentified, age unknown, sex male, cause of death skeletal remains, body condition skeletonized with bone degradation, location Pima, Arizona, lat 3181-5833, long -111-0475. Toe tag 170636, reporting date 3/10/2017, name Cruz Miranda Urbano, age 48, sex male, body condition skeletonization with articulation and ligament attachments, location Pima, Arizona, etc. When the paranoid psychotics think that other people know their thoughts, they are projecting their own internal self-observations to the external world. The foreclosure of the psychotic experiences internal thoughts as externalized voices. When people radically reject their own thoughts and feelings, these internal mental representations are experienced as real perceptions coming from the outside, leading to an infantile subjectivity. Thank you.
That was a great articulation, Mr. Tezozomac. Oh my God. What a wonderful way of, sharing your, the expression or the kind of anger, the kind of, empathy through your words. Beautiful, beautiful. I have no words. So that was Tezozomac. Yes, we would love to have you always on this mic. Please come up with brilliant poems. These kind of writings or the kind of open mics are gonna kind of spoken word, I would say, is very much needed. Thank you, Mr. Tezozomac. That was Tezo. Please give a round of applause, my dear friends. Thank you. Oh, someone is getting angry over someone, and I could see that. But yes, before that it boils. Please welcome Sudipta Mishra. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Happy Navaratri to everyone. I'm going to recite a collaborative poem. My partner is not here, so shall I recite? Thank you. Ma Navadurga, O Sailaputri, sitting on Nandi bull, flower in right hand, trident in left, destroyer of evil and ignorance, mother of spiritual awakening, I salute thee with folded hands. O Ma, thou art an embodiment of divine trinity. Within thou, I can behold my lords Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. O Brahmacharini, turned in white sari, representing purity, knowledge, remover of selfishness, improving our inherent virtues such as restraint, dispassion, and renunciation, holding rosary beads in right hand and an utensil with water in left hand, O Ma, you show us the path of penance and abstinence. O Chandraghanta, destroyer of evil tendencies, demonic powers, bad spirits, always ready to destroy injustice, having her third eye ever open, keeping watchful eyes on destructive forces to curb it. O Goddess of divine energy, By adorning the crescent moon on thy forehead, you threaten the evil ones to punish with severity. With thy sublime face as a mother, you look at me, Ma. O Kusamanda Devi, creator of universe, with your divine smile, incarnation of warmth, cosmic energy, creation and preservation of the world, the fourth aspect of Navadurga Ma and Mahadevi. O Ma, with a glorious warmth for the universe, you ride on a lion. By keeping the strain to destroy the civilization, you enlighten the ignorant ones. O Skanda Mata, goddess of motherhood, love, luck, prosperity and good fortune to your devotees, whose well-being thou always protect with thy avenging grace and love. Perched on a lotus flower, O Ma, you are the maker of the universe. With your auspicious arrival, your kids like me feel empowered. O Katyayani Devi, goddess of power, slayer of tyrannical Mahishasura, and remover of negative energy, and all hurdles in the path of progress of devotees, avenging mother of peace, O Ma, you are the epitome of love and compassion. You have arrived to release the poor souls with your first clamor, O Ma. Let the wrongdoers fade away into the dungeon. O Kalaratri, goddess of first form, depicting the dark side of human life on earth, slayer of Chanda, Munda, and Raktabijashura, demonic one called as Chandamundeshwari. O Ma, you liberate the downtrodden with a calm mind. Let me rest to emancipate the oppressed ones with long hair and eyes of fire. My goddess is present like a savior. O Ma Mahagauri, goddess of Abhyasastini, fair, complacent, pure and divine, protector of devotees, form with blessing gesture, graciously you adorn the pandals. Your gleaming eyes render me peace, O Ma Durga. Seated on a bull, you offer unconditional blessings to thy worshippers. O Siddhatri, goddess of learning, wisdom, and epitome of spiritual knowledge, another form of Ma Saraswati, goddess of wisdom, O Ma, you ever present in a blissful ecstasy. By worshipping thou, your devotees gain superpower. O Ma, may all the maladies from earth be cured. With thine presence, your vengeance presence is dispersing darkness of ignorance and spreading enlightenment. Ma Durga is the epitome of feminine strength, prowess, and invincible against any wickedness and power. Let our women imbibe her traits and inflict shattering blow on her tyrant, molester, and preparators. May every woman be awakened by the indomitable courage. May she be transformed into a divine energy. Let her nurture the diva within. It's over. And the partner is Krishna Walikar. Thank you.
Oh, but
Thank you
put
for listening.
you put all the forms of Durga. Maybe you
Yes.
could translate it something like Durgashtakami Stotram or something like Aigiri Nandini Nandini Mohini. So something like that.
Like that.
Yeah, but that's seriously, I mean, it's like jokes apart, so beautiful. And thank you for, being in the auspicious day. You really read it so beautifully and putting all the forms and elaborating and explaining that.
Just a small
So,
trial. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks, Max. Please welcome this beautiful couple. Their request no introduction. Yes, Shyamaprasad Patnaik and Gangalaxmi Patnaik. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. Unmute you, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute your mic. Yes, sir. Shyamaprasad Patnaik. Please unmute your mic, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes.
Time is cutting. I have unmuted. Okay.
For sound alert. Good evening, everyone. I am Gangalaxmi Patnaik, extending thanks to poet founder Prasanna ji for giving me an opportunity to deliver the poem. As we are celebrating Ma Durga's Navaratri, I would like to chant a Durga Stuti to welcome Ma Jagat Janani and to invoke her blessings. It's a way to please the goddess and invite her help. I invoke Ma Durga's 9 forms. That is the first form Shaila Putri, second form Brahmacharini, third is Chandraghanta, fourth Kusmanda, fifth Skanda Mata, sixth Katyayini, seventh Kalaratri, eighth Ma Mahagauri, ninth Navadurga is Ma Siddhidatri, fulfills divine aspirations. It elicits an ecstasy, elliptical, wholesome, to welcome Navaratri festival, to worship Ma Durga. I present love and respect to the entire motherhood by a short stuti. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupen Sanstita. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Matrurupen Sanstita. Namaste se, namaste se, namaste se, namo nama. Namaste se, namaste se, namaste se, name nama. We bow to Divine Mother. We bow to Divine Goddess who resides in the creation. We bow to Divine Mother. We bow to Divine Goddess who resides in the creation, who prefers to loiter here and there to protect the devotees, paying special attention, who prefers to loiter here and there to protect the devotees, paying special attention. Saradhya Navaratri begins on the Aswin month, that is in the month of September, October. Saradhya Navaratri begins on the Aswin month, that is in the month of September, October. The festival is associated to the prominent battle that will take place between Durga and Demon. The festival is associated to the prominent battle that will take place between Durga and Demon. My second poem is about virgin girls who are worshipped during the last day of Navaratri. The title is Kanya Pujan. The title is Kanya Pujan. Pre-pubescent girls chosen to present an incarnation of Ma Durga, manifestation of divine female energy, created by Creator beautifully, wonderfully reflecting God's love, wisdom, smiles. It's very beautiful to feel girls' emotions, feelings of love, ecstasy. They are worshipped on Mahanavami, believing 9 incarnations of Goddess Durga. Devotees offered food, clothes, gifts, and touch feet of these girls to seek blessings. Society feels Kumari's rising up, fragrances everywhere. Taskandi flowers lent its Saradhya Navaratri fragrance to the air to make environment scented, divine, pure. Navaratri incomplete without Kanya Pujan, an auspicious ritual performing during Saradhya Navaratri Puja. Recitation is over. My heartfelt thanks to all of you. Thanks once again. Thank you.
Ma'am, a small doubt, and if you don't mind, is it Durga or is it Navadurga?
Yeah, sound.
Ganga ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Is it Durga or is it Navadurga?
It's Navadurga is the form of Durga.
Then how it will be referred to as, Durga or Navadurga? Since you said Navadurga.
9 forms.
No,
Ninth
you
number.
said that you mentioned the forms, and the last one is Navdurga you mentioned.
Navadurga previous out another name is there also. Ninth one, Navadurga oblique another one. Navadurga means ninth one. Durga ninth. 10th is Durga, Ma Durga. Forms, 9 forms, sir. Same.
So
9
that
forms.
is. Thank you, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Shyamaprasad sir. Yeah.
Some disturbance is going on.
Two phones are no? Gangalaxmi ma'am.
Oh, yes, I have made it off. Okay, now is it okay?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
No, is it okay, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, dear poets. My sincere thanks to Prasanna sir for giving this beautiful opportunity to recite my poems in this global platform, the Fertile Bridge. Wish you all a prosperous Navaratri. May Mother Goddess Durga bestow divine grace and blessings on all of you. First of all, I would like to recite a poem in my mother tongue, that is Odia. The title of my poem is Vishwasa evam Bharosar Bija. In English, Seeds of Faith. विश्वास एवं भरोसा हृदयर निवृत्त एवं गभीरतम मूल एक बीज सदृश सन्निहित जदि यह जत्नशील भाव में रोपण करा जाए तेबे अंकुरित हुई विशाल वृक्ष परिणत एथिरे रंगीन फूल फुटे शीतल छाया प्रदान पूर्वक निरंतर शांत स्निग्ध सुगंध निर्गत करी सारा दुनिया को महकाए निज उपरे एवं सर्वशक्तिमान उपरे अत्यधिक विश्वास रख पथर पर दृढ़ हो तुमे तुमर सबु लक्ष्य पूर्ण एवं तुम रास्तारू समस्त बाधा अतिक्रम करि पारि कंटा एवं शक्त पथर गुडी को रास्तारू हटाइबा पई तुमको दृढ़ आत्मविश्वास सहित कर्तव्य संपादन करबा को हेबो जदि तुमे सर्वशक्तिमान उपर विश्वास कर निश्चित भाव में तुम पथर सबु प्रतिबंधक को दूर करिबार सक्षम है अनेक सफलतार कहानी एवं उदाहरण अच्छी जहाँ संभव हो पारिछि दृढ़ विश्वास आधार विश्वास होछि आत्मा परि अदृश्य किंतु शक्तिशाली चिरंतन विश्वास सत्ता शक्त प्रमाण द्वारा समर्थित दिव्य शक्ति उपरे अतुट विश्वास द्वारा पर्वत को घुंचाई पारिबे अविश्वसनीय चमत्कार साधन करिपारे So this was my Odia poem. Now I am going to recite my second poem. The title of my second poem is Tranquil Beats Evokes Poetic Emotions. I am just describing how the tranquil beats evokes emotions. Sprawling, pristine beats, sea water, touching infinite horizon, a real paradise for poets. Tidal waves, topsy-turvy, soothing breeze, twirling dolphins, tranquility evokes poets' emotions. Cool zephyr, gentle breeze, blue azure, calm down ebbs, limitless ocean, swings moods. Kingfishers, seagulls, and praying kites constantly hovering over sea for prize catches. Fishermen in their country boats laden with tons of fishes rebound shore. Dawn's rising glorious sun appears from sea bottom. Its auras make sky glamorous. Spectacular eventides, relaxing sunset, paints whole azure in hues of deep crimson. If you are accompanied by sweet beloved, your passion should invigorate manifolds. Her penetrating sensuous dark eyes ignite your hidden feelings, quietly flowing from within. No fear of peppers becoming wet whatsoever or flown away with waves. Modern laptops records each details by minutely typing poets' verses in perfection. No interruption whatsoever. A solitary heaven, tranquil arena to pen down emotions. And that is the end of my English rendition. Thank you for listening.
Love your both poems are so beautiful.
Thank you.
Please give a round of applause to Gangalaxmi Patnaik ma'am and Shyamaprasad Patnaik. I have got a piece I think I could read out. The true fragrance lost flavor. With a tempest of trouble, everything vaporized. It only burns being left. The darkness made an entry into her otherwise glossy life. She turned to be an insomniac, sleep-deprived soul sought solace depending on drugs. She lost the sensibility of her persona crawled upon to come out of dullness, but as the story has it, no matter how she tried, couldn't able to come out of the clutches of sadness. Depression ate away her conscience, made her gasp to feel consciousness of breathing. She yielded to the times, eventually withered, and her petals lost their fragrance, making way to stinky dryness with no presence of air being felt. That was on depression. It's a very negative kind of poem. So that was it. Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet, yes, she is an ambassador of poetry. Yeah, now she's smiling. I think, yeah, please welcome Priyanka Neogi.
Yogi. Hello. Are you audible from me?
Yeah, please.
Hello.
Go ahead. Please.
Thank you so much for time. And happy Durga Puja to all of you. So I am going to my poem. কবিতার নাম ছুটতে হবে কলমে প্রিয়াঙ্কা নিয়োগী ক্লান্তির ইচ্ছা কাছের মানুষদের অভিনয়ের পসরা শত্রুদের শত্রুতামি ও চাটুকারিতা ভাগ্যের হেরফের সময়ের নড়চড় নানান বাধা বিপত্তি জীবনের গতিকে থামাতে তৎপর লক্ষ্য
Oh, she has some trouble with network. Maybe I could just, she could join later. So please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is Kumari Sharma.
Okay, thank you, Parsanaji, and namaskar for all friends and Parsanaji. Now I am going to recite a poem which is written by Siva Das from India, who is now in UAE. He has written a poem about my birthday. Okay, happy birthday to you, to the poet whose words ignite our souls. A birthday wish warm as the sun's on gold. Kumari Sharma with a pen in hand, crafting verses that make our hearts expand. Your lines are like rivers winding with grace. In your poetry we find a sacred space. Each word is a star in the poetic night, guiding us with your luminous light. On this day, your birth is a gift to us all. May your muse forever heed your call. As you journey through life's wondrous rhyme, may your days be filled with love and time. Happy birthday, Til Kumari, so fine. In your passage, we find the divine. With admiration, we fondly say, may your pen dance every single day. Okay, thank you, Sivadas, who has written poem about me, how I can express words are not sufficient to give him thanks here. Okay, another one is about Vijaya Dasami, because after 2 days we have Vijaya Dasami, and happy Vijaya Dasami to all of my brothers and sisters. And Vijaya Dasami is from the history of battlefield, the identity of Hindu festival, the victory of goddess against a monster, the celebration of the victory, power of the woman from previous time, the woman virtue to secure the existence against the evils, to secure our purity and virtue. Hindu festival is good for old women and male guardians. Our Dasai is celebration of all Hindus. Please accept the existence savor as Dasai festival. Ethics of humanity in the world. Religion itself is not an enemy. Human thinking may be different. Humanity of Dasai festival, it secures human virtue. How can we ignore it? It is beneficial for all humans' existence with a woman winners. Our myth is our existence saver. How do we ignore our festival of security when this festival makes the woman as goddess? Are you ignoring this religion to make women goddesses? Our theme is the same as to bring women goodness and virtues. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prasannaji and dear friends, to listen to me.
With your smiling, you said a lot. Beautiful, very thoughtful, very thought-provoking, I would say.
I am listening the poems very nicely from few friends about those festival. I like this festival and Deepavali very much because I was born in the goddess day of the Deepavali. Because of that, I like these two festivals very much, which will be eternal in the earth.
Thank you, Til ma'am. Thank you. Please give a round of applause for Til. I would just have presented. Please welcome our next love poet. Yes, Jahangir Alam Rustom.
Greetings from Bangladesh, and a special thanks to Prasanna for inviting me in the beautiful poetry recitation program. Okay, today I will recite two poems, one from The Glory of Love. The name of the poem, In My Memory. Come close and console me, you are the blessing of my mind. Wherever I go, your spirit and image I find. You are my hidden well, you are my jewel in the eye. In the days of sorrow, you are my only faithful guide. In a silent moment, I feel you, I see your memory. Not being able to reach you on time, I become a statue. Your blinking eyes often invite me to sit on a sea beach. You are my alternative heart. How can I get you to miss? I am intoxicated by your melodic songs come from the gigantic sea. I will often back to you with a singing mood in my memory. Your beautiful face is my colorful address. When I love myself in your lovely mind and bloom again in your image. Thank you. And second one from Psalms of Love. The name of the poem, On a Cloudy Day. What a feelings goes on a cloudy day every hour. The sky dresses watershed covering solar power. Sometimes the sunshine plays merry-go-round with the cloud. With the shimmering rays, can the earth be a shroud? The sudden rise of the sun enlightens the shady earth. For want of luminosity of light, everything is in dark. Many predictable lights laugh on the lap of a cloud. With a gleaming bright, the earth feels really proud. Dry earth becomes smooth when the rains come down, and enthusiasm grows in every mind. Gentleman turns into a cloud. Lovers are found gossiping to pass their dreaming day. Rising rainbow gets salute, though a little time can stay. Disarranged flying clouds, the reddish glittering diamond, passionate minds gets away in grim sounds resound. Everything seems wonderful and enjoyment on a cloudy day, as it is unique and amazing fun of cloud and sun in the play. Thank you.
Glory of love. You know what I love about your presentation, sir? I like a child in you. I like that, you are like a child reading poem. Isn't it? I mean, many of would agree, but I may not agree. But this very cute. I mean, so cute. You're so lovely. I mean, first one for me, yeah, obviously. Thank you, thank you. That was Jahangir's jokes apart. Thank you. Beautiful.
Excuse me, for your information, good information, that I wrote about 10 poetry books on love. The glory of love, the life in love, psalms of love, window of love. There are many love. And one word is I known as poet in love.
And
Thank you.
you are epitome of love. So, that is something like so beautiful. That was Jahangir. Please welcome our next poet. Yes, ever roaring Saraswati Poswal.
Hello, good morning, good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab. How are you all doing? Thank you so much, Prasanna ji. Thank you so much, everyone. Good evening. सबको दुर्गा अष्टमी की बहुत बहुत बधाई हो मेरी तरफ से, शुभकामनाएं. But today I'll recite one poem in English only. The title of my poem is Millie. Millie is a tiny firefly. She sits on hues in night and hides in the daylight. One day she was sitting on the twig, emitting her light. Someone caught her, poured her into a jar. She got conscious after some time, found herself caged for no crime, hiding herself in daytime. I am firefly who flies in night. I shine and gleam darkness. We all together sprinkle like a stars, every hue and grass like a bed at night. I perceive the light which emits dew. I perceive the light which emits due to some chemical reaction. My light is most effective and energy is most effective. And the energy producing, I am one from the big bitter family. I want to light the darkest place of the lands where warm is climate. I found my mate. Dazzling light is emitted around like a star sprinkled of the leaves and hues. I am nocturnal. They are numerous. I was caught and apprehended by someone and kept in the crystal jar. We were arrested for no faults. Many of my co-fireflies, we were settled along me. We became very close buddy to each other. All these fireflies are caught in one jar. They have made a colony inside that jar. They have become a friend and buddies together in that jar. We rocked, we sing, we danced. We made another world. they have made their own world in that jar, sitting together, talking about the world. I learned a lot from them. We were too small, but our spirits were very high. One day the lid of that jar was open. One day the lid of the jar was open. Now, no one among us wants to fly. We all have settled our lives. No one wants to go out of the jar. We have found ourselves. When we wanted to fly, you trapped us. When we want to settle, you released us. How we will settle in the world? What we will say? Why we left? How we will settle in the world? What we will say? Why we left?
Wow,
Wow,
so beautiful.
Now, this is a story of a Millie poem which I've created, small one. Okay, one. Can I recite for Hindi poem?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, this is Fasla. The title of my poem is Fasla. फासला कम ना हो, फासला ना हो, लेकिन दीवार तो ढह सकती है. फासला कम ना हो, लेकिन दीवार तो ढह सकती है. किनारे ना मिले हमारे बीच नदी तो भी बह सकती है. किनारे ना मिले हमारे बीच नदी तो फिर भी बह सकती है. गुलदस्ता ना सही दो कली तो मिल सकती है. राहें ना सही कोई गली तो मिल सकती है. राहें ना सही कोई गली तो मिल सकती है. चिनाब ना सही तो कहीं रावी तो मिल सकती है. बाग ना सही तो क्यारी तो मिल सकती है. आकाश ना सही थोड़ी जमीन तो भी है. कायनात ना सही कहीं भी कुदरत तो मिल सकती है. कोशिश करने से इंसान को सही मंजिल तो मिल सकती है. बड़ा रुतबा ना हो ना सही अपनी शख्सियत तो मिल सकती है. प्यार हो इंसान के दिल में तो क्या दो तलवारें भी रह सकती हैं. प्यार हो इंसान के दिल में तो एक क्या दो तलवारें भी रह सकती हैं. दूर हो चाहे तन मन एक हो तो दूरी भी नजदीकी लगती है. फासला कम ना हो लेकिन दीवार तो ढह सकती है. उम्मीद है पसंद आई होगी आपको मेरी कविता.
बहुत पसंद आई ना. I mean, so beautiful. The English one I especially liked it. It's like Millie. I mean, so different from others.
Story of a small fly, how they were trapped inside the jar and they don't want to fly. Why will fly? And the other people will ask us, now where were you? Where did you come from? So it's a very creative idea.
Thank you. That was Saraswati Poswal. Please give a round of applause. Yes, we have senior professor with us. I couldn't just miss that. So please forgive me, ma'am. Manjula Astana Mahan.
Hello, everyone. Good evening and all the very best wishes for the Durga Puja and Dashera. And thank you, Prasanna, for inviting me and calling me right now. I was just feeling sleepy and you just awoke me, isn't it? So I am going to recite one poem first. Light the Lamp. Title of my poem is Light the Lamp. Light the lamp to awake. Light the lamp to awake for the triumph over the fake. Light the lamp to awake for the triumph over the fake. Light the lamp for the world scrounging in the trap of ignorance. Let sensibility prevail like fragrance. Let sensibility prevail like fragrance, fragrance of wisdom, enlightenment, integrated, right pathway, entertainment. Light the lamp, world compete for progress. Leaves no stone unturned, efforts rigorous. Light the lamp, world compete for progress. leaves no stone unturned, efforts rigorous. Light the lamp. Latent enemy of word is materialism. Acute need of sparks of spiritualism. Spread the light of peace, contentment. Realize the cause, effect of disagreement. Be a powerful light like sun. Come out of every storm unshaken. Flexible trees bend down when adverse situations. Flexible trees bend down when adverse situations, stand erect after the cyclonic conditions. Light the lamp to destroy darkness. Light the lamp to destroy darkness, darkness of mind, environment, consciousness. Let the word smile, no confront, as a shadow of your delight. Light the lamp, keep brighten. Light the lamp, keep brighten. Let the darkness be beaten. Let the enemy be beaten. Light the lamp, light the lamp. Thank you. And another poem. Am I audible properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Bad throat.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
The lady of the house. It's about a lady's daily routine. The lady of the house. Mild voices, dark, misty, frosty. Mild voices, dark, misty, frosty. Twinkling of stars, faded but noticeable. Tired moon crawling, time to move. Cool smacks of moisty breeze, much enjoyable. Visibility much less, yet sky switching colors, could guess. Will be pink, red, then golden soon. Couldn't be seen, budding flowers. Couldn't be seen, budding flowers, but fragrant fragrance, aroma, filled the ambience. The conversing silence of dawn. The conversing silence of dawn, amusing. Chirping, raising, audible now. Sound of bells, chantings from distant temples, azan too from the mosque at the same time. Morning bolsters different denotations for each one. For the common housewives, morning senses prepare Betty for the dear husband, or mix bonvita in hot milk for children. The chain is bit extended. How can they be with the nature, relish its charm? They can't afford these luxuries. How can they be with the nature, relish its charm? They can't afford these luxuries. Being crowned as lady of the house, can we rename the tag? Can we rename the tag which with concluded eloquent? Can we rename the tag lady of the house with concluded eloquent? Thank you.
Again, you're thoughtful.
Thank you
Very
so much.
serious. Something they should, think about and always. But I'm so sorry, ma'am, for having you to. But I could just catch a glimpse of yours, so I just have please forgive me. And that was Manjula, ma'am. So he recited about the woman and that the light.
No,
You're the light.
You were lost, perhaps.
Exactly, ma'am. I'm so sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No problem.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for understanding. Please welcome our next poet. He's very close to me, but that's why I could put him on the love. So, Santosh sir, I'll come back to you. Before that, Renukuntla Murli.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, all. I'm sorry, sir. I'm just busy with playing the Batkama here. But from the beginning. Okay, sir. So today the title of the poem is Indian Culture, sir. Indian Culture and Heritage. Is it audible, sir? Hello?
Go ahead. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead.
India is a land of varied cultures and traditions. In different castes, different religions reside in our country. Each group has its own tale of origin and having the unique and traditional culture. Namaskar, tradition is remarkable in India. Whenever, wherever elders come across the younger, people should bend down and salute and touch the feet of the elders who are superior. That indicates one's ego is suppressed. Let's visit our country, India, which is so fortunate, and we salute our India for its beautiful culture and tradition. Tradition stands for beliefs and behavior. Culture stands for characteristics of the certain people. Unity, diversity is implemented in India. All the people live in unity. Though different names, though different states are there, though different religions are there, though different languages spoken, all we are Indians. We are only one, that is the Indians. So thank you, sir. Thank you for this given opportunity.
Thank you, sir. That was Renukuntla Murali for you, my dear friends. You rendered a beautiful poem on Indian culture and traditions.
Sir.
Please, yeah.
So
Please.
if you give me one minute, I would like to sing one song on today's Batkama, sir.
Yeah,
Today
yeah,
I wish you best wishes on the occasion of Vijayadashmi, sir. Chittu chittula boma sivuni mudula gumma. Chittu chittula boma sivuni mudula gumma. Bangaru boma dorkenammo ee vaadalona. Bangaru boma dorkenammo ee vaadalona. Chittu chittula boma sivuni mudula gumma. Bangaru boma dorkenammo ee vaadalona. రాగి బిన్న తీసుకురమని నిలకపోతే రాగి బిన్న తీసుకురమని నిలకపోతే రాములోరు ఎదురయ్యే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలోన రాములోరు ఎదురయ్యే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలోన చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ బంగారు బొమ్మ దొరికే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలోన వెండి బిన్న తీసుక వెళ్ళది నిలకపోతే వెండి బిన్న తీసుక వెళ్ళది నిలకపోతే వెంకటేశ్వరుడు ఎదురయ్యే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో వెంకటేశ్వరుడు ఎదురయ్యే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ బంగారు బొమ్మ దొరికే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో బంగారు బింద తీసుక బామా నిలకపోతే బంగారు బింద తీసుక బామా నిలకపోతే భగవంతుడే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో భగవంతుడు ఎదురయ్యే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ చిత్తు చిత్తుల బొమ్మ శివుని ముద్దుల గుమ్మ బంగారు బొమ్మ దొరికే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలో బంగారు బొమ్మ దొరికే నమ్మో ఈ వాడలోన. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this given opportunity.
Thank you, sir. So beautiful. That is very occasional and
Thank you, Wanda, sir. Thank you very much.
It's a folk festival that we held that happens to be celebrated in Telangana. Batukama is it's known to be as. So Batukama is a kind of like floral festival.
Yes,
so it is decorated up. So people gather around and like have this dandiya type of dance and so that is it. That brings the prosperity and So this is today Ashtami they celebrating. So that was on Batukama songs. So thank you, Rene sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you, wonderful sir. I request bless me, sir, and madam, sir.
Please welcome our next poet. Our next poet is an engineer, is a multi-talented, multilingual poet. What would, I mean, he's very close to me. So please welcome Santosh Kumar Pokera.
Good evening from Kathmandu to all of you. So today is a very pious and sacred day devoted to Goddess of Power, the Mother Power of the universe, Goddess Durga. So allow me to read out a very short stotra dedicated to her in Sanskrit. देवी प्रपन्नाति हरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातर जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरि पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवी चराचरस्य यश्री स्वयं सुकृतिनां भुवनेश्वर लक्ष्मीः पापात्मनां कृतधियां हृदयेषु बुद्धिः श्रद्धा शतां कुलजना प्रवश्य लज्जा तां तां न तस्म परिपालय देवी विश्वं शरणागत दीनार्थ परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्यार्थे हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। जय त्वं देवी चामुंडा जय भूतार्थे हारिणी जय सर्वगते देवी कालरात्रि नमोस्तुते। मधु कैटव विद्रावी विधात्री वरदे नमः रूपं देहि जयं देहि यशो देहि दिशो जयी झने लाग्यो रन को चपल मन को जिजीविषा भलो परिजन को सकल थन क्यो अवतृषा कतई मारे फन को प्रणय घन को जन को गुंजन गरी लगाई देव देवी मकन मन को प्रेम पगरी। Thank you very much. The last line was my composition in Nepali and the previous were in Sanskrit from Saptashati, Durga Saptashati. So today I would like to congratulate you all on this auspicious day and hope that the power of Durga may facilitate making to halt this ongoing war between Israel and Palestine. That I am very much upset about the war as a poet, and I think that we are the right people to raise voice for the word peace, to stop the war. Maybe we will be successful because we are not hard generally, but we should be hard, and we are the ones who can do good for the world and for the humanity. Now, let me read out both of my poems dedicated to the ongoing war, one in Hindi and one in English. Very, very fresh poems, because almost every day I have been composing and dedicating a poem to this issue. The first I would like to read out in Hindi. मेरी कविता का शीर्षक है वे बच्चे जिन्हें फिर कभी नहीं देखा गया। कहर टूट पड़ा था उन दिनों अभी भी है कहर, उनके सपने बिखर गए, सपने जो उन्होंने देखे थे। कहर टूट पड़ा था उन दिनों अभी भी है कहर, उनके सपने बिखर गए, सपने जो उन्होंने देखे थे। उन सपनों से कहीं अधिक सुंदर थे वे जो आसमान से उड़ते आ रहे थे उन्हीं की ओर। कहर टूट पड़ा था उन दिनों अभी भी है कहर, उनके सपने बिखर गए, सपने जो उन्होंने देखे थे। उन सपनों से कहीं अधिक सुंदर थे वे जो आसमान से उड़ते आ रहे थे उन्हीं की ओर। वे गिर पड़े धड़ाम से, बहुत भयानक विस्फोट हुआ और फिर उन सब के सपने बिखर गए। समेटने के लिए कोई न बचा था। अभी भी मैं रो रहा हूं, उनके सपनों को पीरो के यह कविता की माला बना रहा हूं। तुम दोनों के लिए अब उनका मातम मनाओ। Thank you. This was my Hindi poem dedicated to the children of Israel and Palestine. The second and last poem, it is in English. The title of this poem is Aversion to Politics. Politics is miles away from me, and I am even more from that. We are distant from each other as we never together sat. I write on people deprived. Peace and hunger are my themes. Kids and moms are my titles. What create my poems, schemes. Land is Mother Earth for me, but soils do differ, this I know. As humans inhabit on them, but politics owned this vow. I had asked him many times if I did favor them too, and politics replied in negation. I had asked him many times if he did favor them too, and politics replied in negation. So I owned him more pursue. Wars are seen as fit for him. Wars are seen as fit for him. If they are absent, he gets weak, and I am against all these wars. So from politics, I prefer sneak. So from politics, I prefer sneak. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I always wonder what's the crime of the children, innocent children.
Yeah, it hurts me because they are flawless, innocent creatures, you see. They have even not seen the world. Even they don't know how to lie. The first poem dedicated in Hindi was just, you see, when the children were witnessing the rockets flying onto them. Those were more beautiful than their dreams. Those were shining, you see. And they were enjoying seeing the missiles coming onto them. But when the missiles came and burst, their dreams were no more there, and nobody was there to witness the dream. Even they who were dreaming of the good future. You see, it is something, and when I write these poems, I am very sad. I am very emotional. I don't know why people, because the children are from Israel and the same children are from Palestine. Both are being victims. These warmongers don't feel this. You see, we should save the human life on earth at any cost. And I just call on you to just dedicate all your writings to the ongoing war to stop it. And for the sake of world peace in this earth.
The children they could not able to understand what's happening around. They are mere witness, witness and being victims also. So that is
No, the thing is that in the second poem, you see, I have written that we, the poets, are generally cosmopolitans, you see. We have no boundaries. We people are same. We are the human brethren, you see. The whole world is ours. The humanity is ours. And we should so work for the global issues, you see, for the global humanity. But the thing is that these regimes have demarcations and boundaries, and they may have made countries to rule over. And the people residing in that boundary are supposed to obey their rules. That is the thing. And I don't know what is the country for us. What is the land? What is soil? It is mere just a lump of soil. They are struggling for, risking the human lives. It's a fanatism, you see. The killing of people is a fanatism. It's a crime. And for what? And the warmongers, those who produce ammunitions, rockets, they make money. And these poor countries buy this ammunition from them. And they are getting poorer and poorer. They're killing their people on people.
It might be endless, but the thing is, that if the fact is you are liberal, but you're always bound. You're bound within the the kind of things. So you cannot consider yourself. No, so anyways, that is Thank you, sir. It's the time is running out. Sir,
Thank you for listening me and tolerating me.
Taking off, remembering, I was like, when you think about the kids, I came to, I was like, maybe I'm a little, I was like, the least, I was like, you could, make them write poetry, but you cannot, how could, someone make them write a poem, I mean, novel, it's something like startling for me. And I was surprised to know the fact that, today I came to know. But one of our, teammate, I mean, it's like she's part of our team, and now it's like, so Sneha Goel has succeeded in, taking out a novel written by small kids. So that's a wonderful, effort, and it's a really worth appreciable. So please welcome Sneha Goel.
Thank you, Prasanna. First of all, I like to say, Prasanna, whenever I see you, I see image of my brother, because the way you wear the cap, he wears it the same way. And especially now we have bonded over, like since I have gone through all the domestic violence and all, we have bonded over. Now we have close bond more than before. He understands my problem, and so like I can relate more. And whenever I see you, I feel like I'm seeing him in you. Yeah. So my poem is like a satire. So it's why I like personification. I came up with this poem while I was teaching poetry to my students. I have no problem with similes and metaphors. I have no problem with similes and metaphors, but personally, I like personification more. Giving human attributes to non-human things. Since my childhood, I have been adoring things. Dressing up my dolls and getting them married. Playing house for them with the neighboring kids. How I loved this game that in my adulthood, I would dress my house. Utensils should speak words of elegance. So I bought only white, and flooring was changed to wooden finished tiles. Every time my darling daughter breaks a piece, I don't spare a second to beat. After all, it is the elegance that highly speaks. This is the excuse to tackle my guilt. Dressing up my daughter in my favorite dress, no, I don't like it, and I would give a spank. The house help spilled a bucket full of Adam's L. I will cut from your salary, I yelled. Looking at the young tiles which stared at me as though I wrinkled its cheeks and gave crow's feet. When my husband spilled that sambar prepared by the home chef, my white textured curtains cried yellow tears. The melamine polished floors, matching the deluxe paint, dangling chandeliers, and intricately designed ceilings. How can they bear a single speck of cobweb? So I make my cleaner stand on tall tools, clean every corner, I rule. Personification is my way of life, adorning things and adoring them. Keep my empty cup full. Because now there's no one in my life except the accessorized ceilings and wallpapers with tiny thighs. You see, I'm so good at dressing up, and I will do that time and again. Thank you.
Beautiful. Wow, this beautiful layers I could see. Personification, beautifully put.
Yeah, it's lovely. Like when I teach children, it's like they are teaching me in a way, and I learn so much from them. And then I eventually come up with the poem and write along with them, and it's always fun.
Yes, obviously you get to learn so many things with their antics, maybe with their body language, with their, the things that
The
they
unique
do.
ideas, like one can never think what they come up with, the kind of poems they write. Like, oh my God, I feel like I am small, like I am their student.
Exactly. You never know. So you feel it's just a blessing for us, if to say. Well, thank you, my dear friends. Thank you, Sneha ma'am, for your lovely words, for taking me as a brother and all. And I love to, for everyone, I'm a brother. So I love to be. But Jennifer is there, is the beautiful. It's like, consistent. She's a lovely audience. She's my friend, but I could not hear, we could not hear her because she's in some, kind of condition. So, Jennifer, if you could say a few words, it's okay. Otherwise, we could just, we cannot, yeah.
No, I found it a very delightful poem. I love the way how you refer to the dolls and every little thing. It reminded me of my childhood, also playing with dolls. So I enjoyed it very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. That was so lovely of you, for joining. And thank you, Debra ma'am, for joining. And you could read for the, upcoming weeks. So that's today. That's for today, my dear friends. Thank you, Tezozomac, and please do come every week. We'll have said the same time, same date, same time. So thank you, my dear friends. See you next day. Next Sunday, 7 p.m.
Happy
Super
Durga
Sana.
Puja. Happy.
Blessed weekend, everybody.
Thank you.